Welcome to Injagamer. My name is Carl Kirby. I am the host of It's Not Just a Game, and we have
Drew Thorwall, and I host Apollo Gaming.
So we're going to be playing a fun game. Never got to play it before. I've done a little research on it, but we're playing some Actraiser. So we're going to find out what all the hype is about. All right, let's get started and play some Actraiser. All right, what should I name our character?
Injagamer.
Yeah, Injagamer sounds simple enough for me.
If it fits.
Now, the game is actually, it says enter the master's name, and what makes this game popular is back in the early Nintendo days, they didn't allow a lot of religious content in the games. And so this was one of the few games that came out that had a portrayal of God and the devil in it, but instead of saying God and devil, which would have gone against Nintendo's guidelines and strict guidelines, they named it Master and Tanzra. So this is your little angel character that helps you out throughout the game, and you have to overthrow the demon Tanzra, who is taking over the world while you are restoring your power. Actraiser 2, which came out after this, took away the sim scenes that we'll look at in a little bit, but is actually a prequel to this game, so you know the battle that he faces and why he had to go into rest. Now, I actually do not know what's going on right now, so let's just go ahead and fight and see what happens. These map scenes remind me of Chrono Trigger and the flying scenes.
Alright.
Now, the reason why I talk about this game is in our book, It's Not Just a Game, we actually like to go through the history of video games and see how God was portrayed in the early games and compare to how God is portrayed in the later games. And so, as you can tell in this game, you know, is this a Christian game? We've gotten a lot of requests to review Christian games, which we can do in the future. But as you can tell from looking at this game, no, it's not a Christian game, but at least God is being portrayed as the hero, fighting evil, trying to stop the devil. Because if you look at later games, you'll see that God is actually portrayed in games like Dragon Quest VII for the DS. He's portrayed as someone that is spiteful, hates mankind. And what I always thought was unique about this game is, despite how man treated God, he still fights for him. So, yes, not a Christian game, but a game which portrays God as a hero, which is unfortunately unique to games you see today. All right, Brad, you can give a shot. That didn't work out so well.
Trying to talk in plays. I gotta use the D-pad. Okay. Oh. Can you not like move and chop at the same time? Alright, so I'm pretty good at this, as you can see. So am I talking to them or am I talking to you?
Both.
So Carl, I kind of stink at this. Oh! Alright, I'm just gonna run through these stupid things. There we go. That's the way the professionals do it.
Now, this is our first time playing through this game. Like I said, I've done research on it, so you can tell we're not so good. But this game is known for its crazy hard difficulty, and so we're getting to experience that firsthand.
Of course, many of you out there may still be looking at us and thinking you're terrible at video games. But whatever. I'm just careless, that's all. Ouch. Alright, so...
A lot of the bad guys in this game are based off of Greek mythological characters. So, okay.
It is interesting that a lot of the bad guys in this game are based off of Greek mythological characters, because you can see how they're kind of mixing religions. Like, in a sense, almost the people making the game think of God and Satan as mythological, just like they would a centaur or anything else out of Greek mythology.
Now, I'm hoping we get to show you more than just the first stage of this game. And hopefully we can get to the sim building levels as well. right, we're going to try this boss again, see if we can beat him.
First boss in the game, he's like invincible. So you got to duck down there, but he always is coming at you. I don't think this is going well. Learn the pattern, Kyle.
Alright, I'm going to try this one more time. Alright.
May luck be with you. That's interesting.
You can't really say may God be with you because he is God. So I guess they're trying to come up with another word.
So the concept is that you're God, but you've lost your power?
Yes.
So
because in Actraiser 2, the prequel, after the battle versus the devil, your character becomes weakened, and so he has to go through a stage of rest. And during that rest is when the devil comes and takes over the world.
Okay.
So that's this.
So that's why I should believe that this is God, and yet he can't get through the first level of the game because he's lost his powers.
Yes.
All right. Nice. So close, get away. Oh,
yes!
Nailed it.
Oh, with one bar left.
Man, on your first try, too.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
The magic of editing. All right, let's check on the next level.
All right, I should be able to do this no problem. It's just the first level I have trouble with. After that, it's easy.
Just gotta get warmed up.
Right. Yeah, the controller's got your sweat all over it.
All right, so this is where the sim part of the game begins, and again, this is our first time playing. We've done research on the game, and we included it in our book, but of actually playing the game, there's a big difference between watching something on YouTube and playing the game for yourself. But this is where the sim level begins, and the people start to first inhabit the land after you get rid of the monsters. So I know on this level you can buy weapons, you fight the bad guys on a cloud while you try to build up the city. So it's kind of like SimCity being overrun by demons, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's probably what it said on the back of the box, too. Alright, so this is people like praying to you basically for a miracle, right?
Yeah, the interesting concept in this game is it was actually released for the cell phone, released on other things where they actually took away the sim levels, and a lot of people are upset because they like this, but in the story, the reason why God has lost his powers is because the people stopped praying to him, and the prayers is what gives him power. And so that's the story along the game, and so the whole game you're trying to gather as many people as you can by taking care of them and earn their prayers back to continue gaining more power.
These birds are attacking me. But see, this is a list of miracles. And one of the miracles you can do is lightning, which those people were just saying they want to build houses, but there's bushes in the way. Would you please send down fire and burn the bushes? So I'm going to try and burn a bush here. Okay. Let's burn these bushes. Alright, so... Okay,
right,
there they go.
It worked.
Okay. So, now what? Whoops. Shoot little arrows. There we go. Okay. Take out these demon birds, whatever they are. So if I'm a little angel that shoots arrows, that's kind of a Kid Icarus ripoff, right?
You could say that. One thing we talk about is in the old school video games, Nintendo banned any religious content in games, which is why they had to rename the characters into Tanzra and Master, because Nintendo of America didn't want religious content in their games. Another thing they were very strict on was nudity, and I guess it's hard to tell what's going on there, but there's some angel nudity going on in this game. So I guess this game was actually a pretty rebellious game if you consider they were breaking a lot of rules.
And whenever you're looking at a list of like the best RPGs for Super Nintendo, this always comes up on the list. I never really played it before because I'm not good at the sim parts, or I get bored by the sim parts, but...
Now, since we're probably not going to beat the game, I guess we can reveal the ending now. Throughout the game, you actually try to earn as many prayers as you can to give you power. And after using the powers from the people to defeat Tanzra, you go back into the different churches in each one of the lands and find out because the people were comfortable, they're no longer giving thanks or praying anymore. And that's actually, this game's pretty... I mean, it's not a good game. It's not a Christian game at all. But the one thing that I can appreciate from the game is that is a challenge for us in our country. Sometimes we have things so easy in our country that it's easy to take things for granted. And this game is a challenge to say, you know what, when things are good, I'm still going to praise the Lord just as much when things are bad. And so that is one area of the game that I can take as a positive.
Oh, good little people.
Another unique thing about this part of the game is in Japan, they actually had a lot more enemy encounters and slowed down the building part of the game. In the American version, they actually made things a little bit easier for the American audience, and they made things a lot quicker. So, well, you found a way to destroy the monster's lair. Great job.
Yeah. So, there we go. It appears someone's found something in the monster's lair.
Alright, so we've cleared out all the monsters out of the land, freed the people. Now we can go take our Sky Temple and visit the other lands, clear them as well. So you see a little action in the game, a little sim playing as well. I personally like it. I like the change of pace and the difficulty. I always like a good challenge. I miss the old school video games that had the challenge. Yes, is this a game that I would buy for my child because I'm looking for a Christian game on the shelf? Not at all. I mean, it's borderline heretical. Is that a word? Did I say that right? Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it's got some stuff that don't line up with what I believe in, but it's a fun action game. Has some good pieces to it. Of course, there's lessons in all things that you can learn, and I do appreciate that. What do you think about it, Drew?
I'm surprised actually, because going into it, I would say the action part would be what I was looking for, and the sim stuff is what I'm not really interested in. After playing both pieces now, I think I actually like the sim stuff better on this game. So maybe I'd be in the camp with people saying, don't take the sim stuff out in the remakes, because that kind of had it was simple enough that you can control it and you can keep making progress without feeling, like something like Sim City where you're going to spend all day just trying to get one building up. So
yeah, and there's an ending in sight, and that's the problem with the Sim City is it just keeps going on and on and on. I think it was a good move by Nintendo to shorten the sim building scenes in America because we can't stay focused for that long. So I do appreciate that side of it as well. This was actually made by Enix, and they would make some classic games joined up with Square. So the Final Fantasy series and a couple. So this was a change of pace for them. I really like the action side of it. They do have their RPG elements where you can level up your character and get stronger. So definitely a game I would recommend for the Super Nintendo if you're looking for a difficult game. As you can tell, it wasn't the easiest game to play, and maybe off the video we're going to see how far we can get. Maybe we can beat it and post a video of it, but I have a feeling you're not going to see that from us. It's a pretty tough game. So all right, well, thank you for watching Injagamer. Hopefully we got to show you a little bit of our history of the video games that we used to play and never had the opportunity to play, like Actraiser. If you want to see us make a video on Actraiser 2, leave a message on the comments. Write down what game you would like to see us review, either retro, old school, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or new school. We will be reviewing those as well from a Christian perspective. Check out our website, injagame.com. Anything else you got to add on?
If you want to make a video response to this, if you've played Actraiser, or if there's another game that you'd like to just throw our way and show us what you can do, go ahead and do that. We'd love to see those and find out what other games you guys are playing. So we're all Injagamers here. We're just trying to have a good time and see what's out there.
All right. God bless. See you later.